Hello everyone, welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Al Jazeera reports a recent Russian attack on Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, resulted in the death of a 12-year-old child and left at least 10 people wounded, including several medics. According to Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko, the attacks, which occurred early Thursday, struck the Podilsky and Obolonsky districts. In Podilsky, rocket fragments hit a 16-story building and caused a fire at a residential building, with rescuers pulling a child and mother from the rubble. The Obolonsky district saw a large fire at a non-residential building and burning cars due to falling rocket debris. Timur Tkachenko, head of Kyiv's military administration, advised civilians to seek shelter. Separately, attacks on the central city of Dnipro wounded another 10 people, including a 40-year-old woman hospitalized in a serious condition, while strikes on the northeastern city of Kharkiv and the southern port city of Odessa caused further injuries to 7 people combined. Al Jazeera reports that El Salvador has published a new law set to take effect on April 26th that permits life imprisonment for minors as young as 12 years old for severe crimes such as homicide, terrorism, or rape. This measure is part of President Nayib Bukele's aggressive crackdown on gang violence, which has seen the country under a prolonged state of emergency since March 2022. This state of emergency has led to the suspension of civil liberties and the imprisonment of over 90,000 people, with some held without charges or subjected to mass trials. Human rights groups and organizations like UNICEF have voiced strong opposition, expressing deep concern that these life sentences contradict the Convention on the Rights of the Child, which prioritizes rehabilitation and reintegration for young offenders. Critics warned that such policies risk perpetuating grave human rights abuses and are unlikely to effectively reduce overall crime. According to a report from Xinyunet, China's gross domestic product, GDP, recorded a 5% year-on-year expansion in the first quarter of 2026. This data was released by the National Bureau of Statistics on Thursday, April 16th, highlighting the country's economic performance during the initial months of the year. Pakistani officials arrived in Tehran on Wednesday to escalate their mediation efforts between the United States and Iran, according to NHK. This visit follows a round of talks hosted by Pakistan last weekend, which failed to yield a deal between the two nations. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi welcomed the Pakistani delegation, and Iran state media indicated the purpose of the visit is to relay new messages from the U.S. and to plan a second round of negotiations. U.S. President Donald Trump commented that the war with Iran is very close to over and believes Iran wants to make a deal very badly, while Bloomberg reported that both sides are considering extending a ceasefire set to expire next week. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt denied any formal U.S. request for such an extension at this moment. Leavitt affirmed that Pakistan is the only mediator in these negotiations and that the next round of talks is likely to be held in Islamabad. CNN also reported that Vice President J.D. Vance is expected to lead these potential follow-up discussions. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.